By the shores of Gitchigumi, by the shining big sea water, stood the wigwam of Nokomis, daughter of the moon Nokomis. Dark behind it rose the forest, rose the black and gloomy forest, rose the ferns with cones upon them. Bright before it beat the water, beat the clear and sunny water, beat the shining big sea water. There the wrinkled old Nokomis nursed the little Hiawatha, safely bound in reindeer sinews, stilled his lulling cries by saying, "Ewow, ewow, my little owlet, hush, the naked bear will get thee." Stilled him into slumber, saying, "Ewow, ewow, ewow." Now, Hiawatha lived in northern Michigan by Lake Superior. In the winters there were awfully cold, and Hiawatha knew all the animals, and he had one called the Mudjikivas, which he would carry around with him in the winter to keep his hands warm. Well, Hiawatha, being a thinking individual, decided one day he took the skin of a Mudjikivas, and with the skin he made him mittens, made them with the fur side inside, made them with the skin side outside. He, to get the warm side inside, put the fur side outside inside. He, to get the cold side outside, put the skin side inside outside. That's why he put the fur side inside, skin side outside, why he turned him inside outside.
Okay, I'm going to show you how to make origami. Most famous origami in Japan is crane. If we know how to make crane, you can tell people I know how to make origami. but there are many, many things you can do with a piece of paper. This is a paper you can use from wallpaper or just piece of printing paper, or you can buy it from a store, but you have to be careful. You have to find a very soft and nice paper. Some could be very expensive, but don't use that expensive one. And some are too hard to fold. So if you go to store, you can take a look which one is good, but this is very good paper. I can fold very easily. And this is a lot of a story about crane, and people from all over the place. They make 1,000 cranes and send to Japan for the peace in Hiroshima. So I'm going to show you how to make. This is a paper, usually 7 by 7 inch, 15 centimeter by 15 centimeter. And it has to be perfect square, otherwise it doesn't come out right. But you don't have to worry if you buy this paper. It's cut very nicely. Okay, I'm going to start crane. And first you have to put the color side up, fold, diagonally, press very hard. And I usually use my nail. And the other side, bring to the top. Make sure it meets the end perfectly. And fold this. And flip over. And this is horizontally. Fold here. And the other side, horizontally. Fold nicely. Okay. And now from here, you're going to collapse this side, so make perfectly square, small size of a unique square pattern. Then this is going to be a base of a crane. Then before I start it, I make sure every corner is perfectly lined. Looks okay now. Then this is a top. This is the edge, 4 edges, and hold the edge and fold toward the top. This is going to repeat 4 sides. And okay, this side is done, so flip over. I start the other side. Okay, 4 sides. We have to line up equally, so it comes out nicely. And fold from here to make a line, so it's easier to fold. Then the reason we are folding is it's easier to make a crane. You can see the end. So you have to go, just follow this line. Okay. See how easy it is if you follow the line. And just need a little practice doing this. Okay, this side is done. So we follow the other side. Flip over, and this one, you fold this side and open up. Just exactly follow the line. Make sure each corner meets exactly the way it is. If it doesn't come out, you can start all over. All right. Now, make sure this side you can open side, and we start folding this side. Just bring to the center. Just bring to the center and fold in the middle. Make sure, make crease and turn over. Almost done. Okay. Now you have to bring this side this way, the other side, and make creased. Then this side bring all the way up until you cannot push it up, and then press it and turn over the other side. Press, make sure all press nicely. And open this side and open the other side too. Press this way. Now this two side, this is going to be a head, the other side is going to be a tail. So just hold this one on the bottom side, just bring up like this. And this is going to be head, this is going to be a tail. Okay. So whatever you want to, you can put any size you want to. And this, I'm going to pinch this head side. This is head. And this is going to be a wing. So hold, bring down this. Press. The other side. Press. Ta-da! It's done.
Hi, I'm Don Majeski.
And I'm Isla Majeski.
And we've noticed that down through our lives, there's always seemed to be a song associated with what we were doing at the time. We met for the first time as freshmen in college. They had what they call a newcomer's week, where we actually went down a week before classes started so that we could get acquainted with other freshmen. And during that time, they had a dance, and that's where we met, was at the dance. And just as a side, we've been dancing ever since. During those college years, our song seemed to be, give me a little kiss, will ya, huh? What are you gonna miss, will ya, huh? Gosh, oh gee, oh why do you refuse? I can't see just what you got to lose. Oh, give me a little squeeze, will ya, huh? And I'll give it right back to you. During those college years, we spent a lot of time, we saw a lot of each other. And when graduation was approaching, it was pretty serious, and we could see wedding bells in the future. But right about that time, I got a letter from Uncle Sam, and Uncle Sam said, I want you. And when Uncle Sam says, I want you, you went. That was the time of the Korean War. So we got together and decided that we'd have to postpone our wedding plans. And we made the agreement that the first time I could get a furlough from the service, we would get married. So off I went to the Army. We'd both graduated, had our degrees. I learned fun things like how to fire a bazooka, how to throw a hand grenade. And then the first furlough came up. I came back to Michigan, and Isla had done a great job planning. We had a wedding with her at her church with her minister, and then she had planned a great reception where she rented a hall. She had a band. They had a midnight sit-down dinner, and we pretty much danced the night through. 2 days later, we headed off on our honeymoon. We went to Niagara Falls, which I guess is sort of custom. And then we went on to Fort Monmouth, New Jersey, where I was stationed. We quickly learned our first adult lesson is that you have to pay the bills. My Army pay was $68 a month. Our rent was $79 a month, and the two didn't match. Fortunately, Isla had gotten her degree in medical technology. And where our apartment was, 1 block away was a hospital, and they just so happened to need someone in the lab. So she became our main means of support. The Army time was quickly passing by, and we headed back to Michigan. Now, armed with our degrees and being adults, we had to make some plans of what we wanted to do the rest of our life. At that time, everyone was saying, go west, young man, go west. Well, I applied at the University of California in Berkeley and managed to get an offer from them. So at that time, our song seemed to be, what?
California,
here I come, right back where we started from. Open up them golden gates, California, here we come. So, to head west, we bought a 1954 Chevrolet and piled everything we owned in the back seat, and off we went to California. In California, where our apartment was, again, fortunately, there was a hospital 1 block away, and they needed a medical technologist. So again, Isla was employed. It wasn't very long in California when we decided it wasn't a whole lot like Michigan. I mean, Grandma wasn't there, Grandpa wasn't there, aunts, uncles weren't there, all of our college friends, none of them were there. Well, I guess as time sort of went by, maybe we were getting homesick. And during that period, our song seemed to be, I want to go back to Michigan, to dear Ann Arbor town, back to Joe's in the Orient, back to some of the money I spent. I want to go back to Michigan, to dear Ann Arbor town. I want to go back, I gotta go back to Michigan. Oh, Mother and Father paid all the bills and we had all the fun in the friendly rivalry of college life. Hooray! I have to figure a heck of a lot to see what we have done with the coin we blew at dear old Michigan. Well, we arrived back in Ann Arbor, and we were driving up Main Street, and we could hear some music, and we could hear some people singing, and they were singing our song for that period. Hail to the victors valiant, hail to the conquering heroes, hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and best. We found a nice little apartment. I applied at the University of Michigan and got accepted with a nice offer. Isla applied at the University Hospital as a medical technologist and got a nice offer. And so now we were people making two incomes and decided we would have a house built in northeast Ann Arbor. Well, while they were building that house, a strange thing happened. The stork made a visit and dropped off a baby girl. And at that period of time, I think our song was, Rock-a-bye baby in the treetop, when the wind blows the cradle will rock. Well, by the time the house was finished and we had moved in, the stork had been there 2 more times. Then our life really seemed to pick up. We had Cub Scouts, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, piano lessons, violin lessons, soccer games, soccer practice. And also during that time, we kept ourselves busy when we could with 100 or so Michigan football games, 100 or so Michigan basketball games, and 6 Rose Bowl trips with Bo Schembechler and Bob Ufer. We were surprised how quickly time for retirement came. And during retirement, we became snowbirds. We had 25 years, 25 winters in Florida, the rest of the year in Michigan. About this time, we heard about Glacier Hills. So we went out and had a chat with them, and they explained the setup. We saw one of the units that we liked, and they explained that we could leave the snow shoveling, the lawn mowing, and the house painting, we could leave that all back with our old house. So we've been at Glacier Hills 3 years now. The last year's been a little tough because of the virus, and we were quarantined in our unit. We had a lot of time to spend with each other, and I think we really got to know each other. And our song during that time sort of asked the question, why don't you love me like you used to do? Why do you treat me like a worn out shoe? My hair's still curly and my eyes are still blue. Why don't you love me like you used to do? Ain't had no hugging or a squeezing or a teasing in a long, long while. You never get nearer now than a country mile. Why don't you say the things you used to say? Why do you treat me like a piece of hay? My hair's still curly, my eyes are still blue. Why don't you love me like you used to do?
Done. Then and now. Once the footprints of the red men went through forest to the river. Indians hunted, lived, and traveled in the Huron River's shadow. Then white settlers came to farm here, chopping trees with handheld saws and homemade axes. Some trees made homes and others warmed them. Now more people here are coming, thus more cleaning and more building. Gas-powered monsters chug right in, lift up trees or roll out logs in the blinking of an eye. Next, the land is contoured for new roads and buildings. What would people from the past think of the speed and of the power seen today along that river? Would the cost of shade and quiet shock too much, or might they feel thankful for the few replacement plantings clustered round our modern structures?
My name is Renee Wright, and I'm part of the receptionist team, and I will be singing Lord, I Need You Now by Smokey Norfolk. Not a second or another minute, not an hour, another day. At this moment with my arms outstretched, I need you to make a way, Lord, as you have done so many times before. Through a window or an open door, I stretch my hands to thee. Come rescue me. I need you right away. I need you now. I need you now. I need you now. I need you now. Not another second, another minute, not an hour, another day, but Lord, I need you right away. If I never needed you before to show up and restore all of the faith that I let slip while I was yet searching the world for more, the truest friend I in need. You're my best friend, I know and need. I stretch my hands to thee. Come rescue me, I need you right away. The agony of being alone, fear of doing things on my own, tests and trials that come to make me strong, feelings of guilt, hurt, shame, and defeat, the worries and trials that feed upon me, but in know, Lord, that in you I've got victory. I need you now, Lord, I need you now. I need you right now, right now, right now. Need you now. Not another second or another minute. Can't wait another day. Oh Lord, oh Lord.
your soul is dying, you are actually dying, and your whole entire world can seem very dark, but there can be a ray of sunshine that gives you hope and cuts right through your dreary day. You can fall asleep for a day, a week, a year. You can stay inside your head for hundreds of years, but you can wake and see the sunshine